mellowness. And remember I mentioned texture before. You really want to consider the texture here. There's a beautiful, creamy, waxy, smooth texture to this. And the way they actually achieve this is by using one specific single malt at the heart of this blend. That's a single malt called Clynelish. It's made in the far north of Scotland and is renowned and respected massively by the blending community for what it adds to a blended scotch. It's great on its own, but in a blend, it gives richness, it gives creaminess, it changes the mouthfeel, it changes the texture and dynamic of the liquid. So when you pick up your Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve and give it a smell, you're going to get that smoke, but there's a lovely mellow honey sweetness that just shines through beautifully, I think. Give it a taste. When you taste this, do think about how it feels in the mouth, not just the flavour, but the texture. Think about how it coats the palate. It almost clings to the side of the mouth. It's got a lovely texture, very cloying, and that lingers for a long, long time. I think it's something that's truly beautiful. I think it's amazing that our blenders are not only able to make great smelling tasting scotches, but also whiskies which feel different in the mouth as well. That's true talent. And remember, they're doing all of this from 3 basic ingredients. That to me is something beautiful. That is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Scotch. Now ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed tasting some of our single malts. Hopefully you enjoyed trying a couple of our blended scotches. I'm sure some of you, hopefully most of you have tried Black Label before, but hopefully it was interesting to just kind of talk through a little bit of the story behind it. What we're going to do now is actually bring out some food pairings. We're actually going to pair each Scotch whisky with a different dish. And some of them the food is going to kind of match exactly the flavours that are going on. Some of them is going to complement it a little bit. We'll take you through the journey with us and hopefully you enjoy the pairings. I'm sure some of you might have a favourite. I'd love to have a chat with you afterwards and see which one that was. But if you give us a few minutes, we're going to get the food in front of you, and then myself and the chef in the restaurant are going to pop up and tell you a little bit about it. For now, thank you very much for your attention. Cheers.